Alright, so I've been here for about an hour or so, and what I've been doing is actually modifying the 3D SketchUp model of the tiny house. One thing that I noticed when I was building the header for the window is that one of the cripple studs, well, I don't know if it's called the cripple stud, it was a stud that goes from the top of the header to the top plate. It was like about 1/8 of an inch too long, and that kind of seemed a little bit strange to me, right? Then I think maybe I just mismeasured it or whatever. All the header pieces that I made in SketchUp were measured at 5¼ inches, but the actual width of the 2x6, of the 2x6s that I got at least, is 5 3/8, so there's an extra 1/8 of an inch. And even if you just search around on Google, they have the nominal size, so a 2x6 is not actually 2 inches by 6 inches. It's only 1.5 inches by about 5 1/4, all the way up to 5 1/2. And I saw that other sites were saying that the actual size could have been 5 1/2. Something to take in mind is when you get your 2x6s is to take the actual measurement off the 2x6 itself. It could be 5 1/4, it could be 5 3/8, all the way up to 5 1/2, and that does make a good amount of difference. So I've got the two end walls framed up. What I think I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna frame the front wall. The walls along the long end of the trailer, I split them up into 2 different sections so that it would be easier to frame and also easier to move and to get into place. So instead of having a 24-foot wall, it's broken down into something that's a little bit more manageable. So what I'm thinking, today is Tuesday, so I can get the front 2 sections framed up. Tomorrow, I can get the back 2 sections framed up, and then on Thursday I can get the help of a few people and just raise them up all at once. The main issue is I don't have a place to really store the walls, except I can maybe fit 2 of the sections under this tarp. That means when I frame the back 2 sections on Wednesday, they're gonna have to stay untarped until Thursday, which isn't the end of the world because we're literally not supposed to have any rain for the next week or so. Maybe I can bank on the weather forecast actually being correct this time, and I think that's what I'm gonna do, just because I think it'll be easier if I get everybody over here on one day to help get the walls up. If the walls got a little bit of rain on them, I don't think that's the end of the world, but yeah, it should be fine. So I got this section all laid out, got all the pieces cut, got all the measurements on the top plate and on the bottom plate. Time to nail it together. Alright, so I've got that wall pretty well nailed together. I just have to put the strapping on and check and see if the wall is square. And we got some red lentil chili for lunch here. Actually, I had some corn chowder for breakfast and rice. Hannah made some absolutely awesome corn chowder last night, and had some of that for breakfast and maybe have some of that for dinner tonight. Framing these walls that have all the windows and the doors in it, definitely not that easy. Getting a really good workout today. These walls are deceivingly heavy. Okay, that one's good. So I got 2 more of the wall sections done. Got them up on the trailer here. These suckers are freaking heavy. They are not light. The next 2 sections are the 2 biggest sections. So when I finish that one big section tomorrow, I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna put it or where I'm gonna move it to. Maybe I'll get Andrew to help me to move it on over into the grassy area or something, or to lean it up against the trailer. So I'm gonna try to build the next 2 big sections over the next 2 days. So then after that we should have a wall raising party and get these suckers up. I'm totally exhausted right now, so I'm just gonna finish cleaning up and then head on home. So just got home, took the dogs out for a little puppy walk. I'm having some split pea soup and rice. Is that what you're having too, Hannah?
Yeah.
This is a warning. If you're grossed out by like blood and cuts and stuff, just turn away for like 10 seconds. I'm just gonna quickly show you my cut, my leg. It's kind of gross. It's kind of like scabbed over, and Hannah just put some antibiotics on it. And then we'll wrap it up with the gauze. So yeah, that's kind of how the cut is looking right now, and just giving it a little bit of air. Then we'll wrap it back up for bedtime. Anyways, we will talk to you soon. Peace. You don't even say it anymore. Peace. Peace.